about about Herzl's vision coming back to the Jewish homeland. Well, Herzl died. He died too early. And his followers continued the dream even though he was dead. My grandfather was one of them. My father was one of them. But they didn't succeed. So now we fast forward. In 1917, they succeed partly because the British Empire, which now, after the defeat of the Ottomans, controlled what is now the land of Israel, decided to give the Jews a homeland. They didn't say it's state yet, but they said a homeland. It was clear it was a corridor to a state. This was met by fervent Arab opposition by many of the Arabs who had immigrated to Israel, to what is now the land of Israel. They said, no, stop, you can't come anymore. Okay, they decided we're just going to oppose any Jewish land. And the British backed down. They backed down from the so-called promise they gave. It's called the Balfour Declaration, where they promised the Jewish homeland. They backed off, okay? And now the Jews are stuck. They're in Europe. They can't migrate because Jewish immigration was effectively blocked by the British, who betrayed their promises to the Jewish people. And now Hitlerism rises. 1933, Hitler rises to power. My father, who later became a great historian of the Jewish people, he's all of 23 years old. And here's what he writes with the rise of Hitler. He says, Hitlerism will annihilate all the Jews of Europe, and it's racial anti-Semitism that would consume every last Jew. And the only way we can fight it is to persuade the civilized world that it is not only the Jews who will be annihilated or threatened, it's their civilization too. This young Ben-Zion Netanyahu, 23 years old, writes in 1933, if more people had heeded what he wrote, then perhaps we would have avoided a tremendous catastrophe that occurred to my people, but also to the 60 million who lost their lives in World War II. Well, they didn't.
You smart, you loyal, you're grateful. I appreciate that.